Settled in. Got some chimes going. Let's get these chimes. Feel them. Feel the Friday night vibes. It's Friday, February 26th. We are doing our end of the week tarot card wrap up. If you're catching this sometime later on in the week, thanks for just even coming by to the clown dimension here. So we're wrapping up pretty was this the last week of February? We're still waiting for that check, some of us. So maybe we have a lot on our mind, maybe we have a lot going on. So this time I'd like to kind of round our circle out tonight. We have our candle, we have our devil, we have our skull. You know, sometimes I like to take my bones off and just be the fat, fleshy goblin that I was born to be. So, just gonna get this started. Have our chalice offside here. Take a little sip, get this going. Enjoy some chimes while we sit and get this vibe started. Some monitor issues, so we should be staring right at this deck tonight. If you're not familiar, we have our deck right here. This way, yeah. And it's got our devil. He's a friendly devil. That's why he's sitting here with no shirt on. Any guy with no shirt on is letting you know he's no threat. He's taking his shirt off because he's trying to be threat. That's a different story. This guy's just sitting out on his because I'm calling him. He's got a couple of, human slaves, or they don't really, they're just hanging out, letting us know he's got the best party, best drugs, best anything you need. And whether he looks like this or takes the form of a goat or a bat or a ram, just a bearded scaryman. He's always the same. So all cultures have this devil. Sometimes devil here. His other culture's a good guy. So let's not forget. There's lots of different things going on out there, and just sometimes you may be the devil to somebody else's hero story. So you can follow along if you have any interest in this. You can follow us at Have a Good Die. If you're interested in supporting that this feed, or any of this stuff, go ahead and purchase them from that shop. Even if you don't like it, just give it away. That's even better. I think chaotic gifts are the best type of gifts. So we're gonna make sure everything's rolling along here. We're gonna get just a little card going. See how everything's warming up tonight. All right, we got a Wheel of Fortune card. I love the Wheel of Fortune card because there's a lot of things going on. There's stuff that I still a little confused on the meaning, who these beings actually are. Man, the ox, the lion, which is like the phoenix or the eagle, a renewal. So I always understood the four corners of the Wheel of Fortune is love, so it's always encompassing love, and within love, you'll have all sorts of devils. Egypt curious dog people, swords. These are things that the snake is always represented in the experience. These symbols, I believe, are some zodiac symbols of some sort of the Hebrew script. I'm not fluent on any of that stuff, but I can still kind of decipher the chaos of it all. And what I wrote here is, this life is your destiny and will come with its own ups and downs. But that is by design. So our life here is always topsy-turvy, because without it, we wouldn't understand. We need comparative struggle, the comparative narrative. So are you ready to create your own reality? So we're given every opportunity, every character, every archetype, this is kind of the entry gate into the potential of awareness, and where love is the centralized focus. These are all the different, they all have their story to tell. Look at, they're all writing their stories here. So man here at the higher level, the ox, the bull, which is still a very, very strong animal, but it's still the prey to the lion. And then the eagle or the phoenix, which is lots of different depictions of this particular bird creature here. But I always like to all love is always what it's about. Love, 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 love. I had a psychedelic journey. It told me love. Love. It spelled it out for me, just in case I didn't know what that meant. Love. It was dripping, literally love. The word love was dripping out of from the inside of everything. So I'd like to think that is the core fundament of the universe is love. So we're gonna start our deck tonight with something based on love. So a good little start to our deck. We usually get about 5 cards in the deck. This is just our starter card. So back to our little devil. Tune down some of our chimes here. Where's our chimes? Okay, still looks good. All right, so we take from our chalice, and we are going to start. I hope this Friday brings you some closure on your week. I hope you're headed into the weekend. It doesn't seem like there is any more weekends now that we all are just needing a job and will work whenever, or we're just working from home and really no difference. So to that end, it may just be another day. We're going to wrap it up with our first card of the night. And we didn't shuffle. We didn't shuffle. See, that's always a good reminder to shuffle. Chunk, do the truffle shuffle. I don't wanna. So we're going to shuffle it up. Sit from our chalice. Ask ourselves the question of the week. Away we go. 7 of Pentacles. This is the humble beginning of the acknowledgement of your true the work that you've put in, the true work that you've done, to acknowledge the fruits of your labor, to stand back, know that there's still much work to be done. We keep getting this card, I believe, because there is always much work to be done. Don't forget about our, starry boy down here, while gazing at your prize boys here, because there's much work to be done, but this is a great time for reflection. It's time to it's always a good time to acknowledge wherever you are headed, as far as from what accomplishment we're in. It's good to acknowledge all of that stuff. Just tune down our chimes here. Might be getting some feedback. So, and what I wrote was consistency, patience, and persistence are the recipe for steady growth. That consistency, patience is the big one, sometimes even the idea of patience is, I'm just going to overwater this thing and I figure it'll get that water right. It's actually the patience of giving it a little bit of water as it's needed throughout its life, throughout the cycle, when it is best for the environment of it, rather than thinking it will get by with your impatient kind of. You still might be consistent and persistent, but you might not be. You just want to just throw love at it, get it done. No, that's not going to work here. You'd have more falling on the ground here, and what you need is more here, because if you're not familiar with how that works, is these leaves here, all the green here, help these stars develop, the pentacles develop, and without much leaf here, this will probably be the biggest it'll get. It'll stay this small. It'll be a dwarf compared to some of these. It's a lot of some of these messages are in there. I'd like to think there's 10,000 messages in every quick drawing of a tarot card reading. Some people say only 9,000, so we'll talk to those guys soon. Who knows? But beware the temptation to harvest too early. This is where we get so longing into, oh man, if I showed this to this person, would really impress them. You know what would really impress everybody is if you delivered. I mean, sometimes these remind me of melons. So if you delivered your melons at the same time, so you come to the party with a whole bunch of melons. You're everybody's favorite, especially if there's mixed with some of your better ales or meads and stuff like that. So the Seven of Pentacles brings us to that very beginning where we're acknowledging our hard work that we put in thus far. We know we have some more hard work to do, but we can stand firm that we're headed in the right direction. We're not lost here. At least we're headed right where we should be. Keep an eye on our boy here. All these boys here. These are not gender-based boys. These are boys spelled B-O-I-U-I. The boy. Like any, non-binary boy. So, this boy here. This is good. So, we're off to a great development. We're recognizing where we're at the end of this week. I don't know where you are with your week, but it's also a good time to recognize that you are where you need to be, and any perhaps perceived point in where you should be. It's all coming, especially if with that patience part is where it's at. Cool. We're getting to the point where our chats are getting spammed. That's awesome. That's good news. So we're going to sip from our chalice. We're going to pull up our chimes and take 1 second to adjust the microphone stand. And sip from the chalice. It's not. Okay, good. Never mind. There, I see the LED. I'm like, wait a minute. Microphone, mute, no. Okay, we're still there. Good. It's good news. Shuffle this. So we hit it 7 of Pentacles. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. We got it there. Cool. If you're just coming in or you're full following this later, try to do this about every night, Monday through Friday. If you're interested, come on by. We'll you can do this live. We can tell you your fortune, maybe. And I like to think it's a fortune because there's no such thing as your future, because you're still writing it. Every moment is a new opportunity to play with it, change it, alternate your reality every second of the day. So with that in mind, we're gonna hit our shuffler, turn down our chimes. Hit our second card for the night. So we have our 7 Pentacles followed by our 2 Pentacles. We got all our Pentacles out. That's great. I hope your Pentacles are out. So as much as life is a simple challenge, it is a challenge. That is, or it may not even be simple. It's a challenge. It's a juggle. It's a struggle. Our fellow here, not to mention his ripe choice of hats. My guy here knows what's up about hats. He also knows how to play with the ebb and flow, the infinite nature of the universe here, and he's out there dancing. It's a young idea to understand that it is what it is, right? And that's the worst. If somebody comes at you with that as some sort of wisdom, it is what it is. That's, you better run, because you make it every step of the way. So it is, you make it what you make it. And I don't know, wasn't that someone saying? That was on a Forrest Gump saying. I mean, that's terrible, but like, yeah, that's pretty. Life is what you make it. And regardless of where you are in your journey, where you are in your quest, you will have these, and you might be undergoing the same thing here. You may not be prepared, as you see back here. This guy here is well prepared for this rise. This guy just hit his first one. He's coming down. He might be okay. They might be all washed up. I don't know what happens when a pirate ship gets all wet. Besides wet, I don't know. But you're out here. You got a good hat. You got to get that good hat, man. First of all, find some piece of magical cloth. Make it be your special thing. Get it on. Put it on your hat. Put it on your head. Put it on your body. Wear it with pride, and go play with the ebb and flow of life. And I like two card pentacles. I mean, as cliche as the infinity symbol is, it's definitely not understood like the infinite wants you to understand. I think a lot of basic, you know, I was gonna say, what is it? Those things that people get on their bodies, tattoos. Yes, see a lot of those around the hip area. You know, like under or the back. I don't want to say tramp stamp because I just said it. So the tramp stamp area, all is love, infinity. It's the understanding that it's how energy works. I think this guy is actually just moving one. This other thing is just because the way this band, he's got some. This I think he's actually shooting an infomercial for some sort of special magic infinity band that makes you lose weight, and he's probably selling his hats because he should be. Homie should be selling these hats. He's got some good legs, bro. He's got some good legs. Good legs. And I appreciate his work and his teachings. And with our Seven of Pentacles, as we acknowledge the hard work already put in, with that acknowledgement, we're almost forced to understand in that journey of where we're at. We could be all messed up, and you could be here, and you could have gotten rocked by this first wave, and that might mean you need to prepare some because you've got a couple more waves to go. You might build yourself up along your journey to get to this point here, but there's lots of work to go, and sometimes knowing your journey, knowing your path, knowing the ebb and flow and how it flows is the best approach. So you're at a point that Seven of Pentacles, our Two of Pentacles is just letting you know that you're playing with this hard work, because it's still just play wherever you are. If you're ready to call it quits with something, that is sometimes the best use of your energy is to wrap it up. Wrap it up. So let's keep moving. I'm gonna have a little sip from our chalice, turn on some chimes. There's our chimes. Terms and agreements about like containers of stuff, because I mean I don't want to advertise for them. I also don't want to advertise for Dixie Cup either. So or Big Paper Cup Co. Fuck those guys. So I'm drinking it straight from the trash they send it in. Don't forget, it comes in trash. No, it's recyclable, so we're gonna wash that trash and sell it to somebody else. That's your job, America, not ours, not the people who make the trash. It's your job. We're gonna actually charge you. But that's a whole other. That's my tinfoil hat. I should start a tinfoil hat thread, which I'll just make up stuff and see if it takes. See if it sticks. So we're shuffling our card. We got two out. We're at a good spot in the night. I love how great these goes. It's a different show every night, or every time we go. If you racing by this now and you're like, man, this is, I can't watch this anymore. I should just, you should probably should. Or if you're like, wait, hold on, this guy's not only a pig, but he's onto something. So, what is a tarot card? Why is this guy even talking about the tarot cards? What is this? What is this? What is this? It's the easiest, most basic, like, basic B stuff out there, right? Yeah, but most people are blinded by what's right in front of their face. So, as basic as it is, sometimes we gotta be reminded. About the basic things, about the basic issues, about the archetypes, the basic types of things that go on in life. And once you start to put an analytical spin on it and you throw a little data, it starts to become a pattern, and it becomes an evolutionary pattern in human development and the mind of where we can go with that and how we can use our imagination to create our reality. And that's what's ultimately about, is stop choosing the reality of others because it's comfortable. It's chasing your own, and you might be standing in a field by yourself or a piece of land by yourself and going, they'll come eventually. But that's the idea, that you have to bring consciousness out to where there's none to then create the reflection, so that consciousness can then have a reason to reflect on itself, because that's how it works. And once you're out there, you could stand out there for a while, but a lot of the times, is some more likely the bugs first, they'll want to visit you, then the animals, then some of the people, if you're still able to survive the bugs and the animals. People will start to show up, and they'll ask you, "What are you doing out here? What is this? Is this your land? Did you pay for this land?" And you're like, "Yes, sir. Here's my deed." Yes, indeed. So there's lots of weird things that can happen if you just create what you want. Even if it's not what you want, just go create something different, just to see from the core, from the get go, from the seed. Take your GameStop money and seriously go create invest in some weird new how you want to see the world. Put your money where vote with your dollar. We're not even going to get there, but that's what this is about. That's what this is about, creating a reality. I want to be in a reality where these weird Joes, these just random maniacs with wild ideas, and sometimes those ideas can change the world for the greater. So, yeah, on that note, Chalice. Let's see if we shuffled our deck. Oh, we did. And it's the Fool. Here, talk about our basic bitch. This Fool right here. Coasting right off the edge here. He's got a dog with him. It looks like a Whole Foods bag full of Yeah, this should be live. Maybe it didn't connect. Because is it not? Is that what you were trying to decipher over there?